Britannica defines social media as a form of mass media communication on the internet, such as on a website for social networking and microblogging, through which users share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content such as videos. In the 90s, the first ways to connect were blogs, forums, and chat rooms, but by 2015, 76% of American adults and internet-using adults had at least one social media account. And it was fun. There were guardrails and ways to readily verify the factuality of information. And then boom, engagement, sensationalism. You buy a check, post what you want, and get paid. But what happens when that information is inaccurate? What happens when inaccuracy meets media literacy? What happens when profit is prioritized over ethical journalism? And most importantly, what are the consequences of all of this as artificial intelligence continues to evolve? In this video, I will analyze the impacts of social media monetization programs and discuss how they tie into the goals of the mass media machine while providing pushback to the notions that AI can somehow resolve these issues in the wake of misinformation and media illiteracy. My artifact MBA Centel'd will serve as a launching pad to align my analysis with the concepts outlined in our Converging media textbook with supporting materials from social media posts, Noam Chomsky's 5 Filters of the Mass Media Machine, as well as a forward discussion on AI for the future. Now let's get started. You've been centel'd. This term has been coined to go beyond sports, and it is used when someone falls for false media or false narratives in the media. This term originated from an account on Twitter/X that uses satire to post about the NBA and WNBA players, teams, and organizations, similar to The Onion's, pretty much like a sports version of The Onion. Despite this page being listed as a parody account, though, users have found themselves victim of their own media illiteracy. But why? One reason can be clickbait. Found on page 190 of the Converging media textbook, Pavlik and McIntosh define clickbait as articles and headlines written in an exciting or dramatic way in order to get users to click to read the article, when in fact, the article may not deliver on the promise of the headline. Now, despite MBA Centel'd having just under 800,000 followers, the account's ability to drive engagement via clickbait, as the program intended, has garnered visibility from high-profile users, which ended up resulting in real-life consequences. The account was temporarily banned before being reinstated following social media outcry. While some were critical about the account, I think it speaks to the user's ability to overstand where we are in the media landscape. 1, media literacy is at an all-time low. 2, sensationalism pays. Therefore, who cares about the truth when the lie is entertaining? Now, some people may think that the owner of the MBA Centel'd account is simply playing on the notion that social media is making people dumber, but this has been the lay of the land across media in general. This goes hand in hand with Noam Chomsky's first and second filters of the mass media machine, media ownership and advertisement. Uploaded to YouTube on March 2nd, 2017 by Al Jazeera, states that because mainstream media is owned by corporations with a vested interest in ROIs, quote, critical journalism takes second place to the needs and interests of the corporation. So monetization programs aren't new. Elon Musk has just given premium account users the appearance of being their own corporate entities on the platform that he owns, ensuring the same agenda is met. Do, write, or say what's going to generate dollars and drive engagement. Credibility be damned. And if that's the current state of media, one could ask, who stands to gain from this? Which leads me to my final point with AI. People are already misinformed, whether it be looking at the news, getting a newspaper, scrolling online. With the introduction of AI and it not being accurate, the rise of AI will continue to present problems in the wake of media illiteracy. Forbes uploaded a video on May 8th, 2024 entitled How AI Will Shape Society Over the Next 20 Years, where Ramesh Rajka and Hari Bar Christian spoke at length about the potentials of what AI could be. Now, I'm going to add specific time steps in the description. So for the sake of this video, I'll only highlight 3 points about what they said. One being how AI will improve memory. However, at Times released an article where the same Media Lab group at MIT performed a study that showed that ChatGPT is actually eroding critical thinking skills. They talked about how AI will help education be centralized. But Trump signed an executive order to gut the Department of Education. Finally, people will die from AI. Correct. People are dying, particularly Black and brown neighborhoods where the data centers are being built. With those 3 points in mind, I ask, who exactly is benefiting from the general public lack of media literacy, the enforced decline of education, and the incentivization of sensationalism? In conclusion, to be informed is slowly becoming a privilege. It is up to us to ensure that we are earnestly trying to avoid being centel'd by critically examining the media we consume and questioning why it's being presented and platformed in the first place.